failed. You did not divide this city, you strengthened it. You did not silence its voice, you made it louder. You did not instill fear, you inspired unity. El Paso rose, stronger and braver.
Judge Sam Medrano addressing Patrick Crusius in court today, the man who drove more than 700 miles to an El Paso Walmart and opened fire, killing 23 people and injuring 22 others in a racially motivated attack on August 3, 2019. Crusius will spend the rest of his life in a prison cell. That was the sentence handed down today by Judge Medrano. This after all parties agreed to a plea deal that took the death penalty off the table. Thank you for choosing KTSM 9 News at 10. I'm Andy Morgan.
And I'm Monica Cortez. Crusius pleaded guilty to state charges of capital murder, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, and was automatically sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. KTSM 9 News reporter Tirza Ortiz, she was in the courtroom for the sentencing, and Tirza kicks off our team coverage tonight from downtown El Paso.
The beginning of the end of what victims, family members, and survivors have called a recurring nightmare. Mass shooter Patrick Crusius sitting in a packed courtroom shoulder to shoulder, pleading guilty to all charges related to the 2019 mass shooting at Walmart.
To the offense of capital murder as alleged in the indictment, do you wish to enter a plea of guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
After nearly 6 years, mass shooter Patrick Crusius has been officially sentenced by the state of Texas for his hate-fueled massacre at an El Paso Walmart that claimed the lives of 23 people and injured 22 others on August 3rd, 2019.
Based on the evidence presented here today and on your pleas of guilty, I will accept your pleas and at this time find that the evidence does substantiate your guilt.
The Cielo Vista Walmart shooting is the most lethal mass murder against Hispanics in U.S. history. Crusius's defense attorney saying it was spurred by a combination of mental illness and political discourse. The shooter posting a manifesto online prior to the shooting that contained hateful anti-immigration rhetoric.
This explanation of his severe mental illness and toxic political environment does not in any way justify or excuse the horrific violence that Patrick committed. He bears responsibility for the choices he made.
There are other public figures and elected officials that espouse and promote this ideology, but my sincere hope is that for the rest of this proceeding, this afternoon and the next few days, and moving forward, that the focus can remain on the 23 lives that were taken from us far too soon.
The gunman will spend life in prison without parole, serving a life sentence for capital murder against multiple people and 22 life terms for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. This punishment on top of the 90 consecutive life sentences he has already been sentenced to after being found guilty on a federal level.
He pleaded guilty, and he will face the consequences for the remainder of his life in the harshest conditions of confinement.
Now, as you begin the rest of your life locked away, remember this: your mission failed. You did not divide this city, you strengthened it.
District Attorney James Montoya said the gunman will be serving his concurrent sentences at the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. Reporting from the El Paso County Courthouse, Tirza Ortiz, KTSM 9 News.
Tirza, thank you. Patrick Crusius is considered the most lethal mass shooter to face justice in a courtroom. It is important to note, however, there have been deadlier mass shootings than the Walmart massacre, but all those gunmen either took their own lives or were killed by police. Now, this has truly been a long road in the search for justice to get to this point. On August 3rd, 2019, Patrick Crusius drove more than 600 miles from Allen, Texas to El Paso and opened fire at the Cielo Vista Walmart. Again, Crusius was convicted of federal charges in 2023 and was sentenced to 90 consecutive life terms without the possibility of parole. But on the state level, under 4 different DA administrations, things stalled. Andy?
Yeah, that's right. Multiple delays in this case and controversy. Jaime Esparza, Ivan Rosales, and Bill Hicks all promised to seek the death penalty, but when current DA James Montoya took office earlier this year, he chose a different route. Montoya telling the victims' families he would no longer pursue the death penalty, despite campaigning on it. Former DA Yvonne Rosales faced allegations of incompetence and misconduct, including claims her office failed to move cases forward. One of her associates was also accused of targeting a victim's family for not publicly supporting her. Rosales resigned in December of 2022, and Governor Greg Abbott appointed Bill Hicks then to take over the DA's office. But even under Hicks, the case faced new legal challenges. Crusius's defense team accused both Rosales and Hicks of misconduct. In late 2024, two separate judges ruled that the DA's office had altered court records and withheld evidence in other cases.